Sup goats, it's Joe, and welcome back to a new video. Today, obviously by the title, I'm going to be rounding up my top 10 dubstep songs of February 2021. So yeah, usual shit, but I'm also going to be listing a couple honorable mentions in the back end of this video, as well as my favorite dubstep remix of February, and also some EDM recommends, some non-dubstep recommends in case y'all need something. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into this shit. Alright, so this is one of many tunes that proves that Runnit is an underrated name in the trap and hybrid trap scene. The beepy bloops and other splashes of flavor and color are also brash, unique in their own ways. Really nice swing to this first drop. As for the second drop, the harmonic pricks of sound design are so utopian and dainty. I love those so much, especially since they literally came out of nowhere. The flow here is also a lot choppier and minimal, but still so good. Yeah, I love this tune, and it's one of my favorites from him. Where the fuck are these sounds coming from? Love the drawn out, fluttery, computerized sound design that takes up the bulk of this tune, even though those jumpy wet synths are also pretty cool. We also get a huge sub to go with all this. Top and bottom synths are paired up in the second drop with a nice transition fake out to go with it. And the intro and midsection of the song, they're also very full and adventurous, so all around very good.
Sequence is activated.
The pinprick sound design scattered throughout this tune ranges from glossy and shrill in the first drop to murky and chunky in the second. These grating sustains also top off the madness in the first drop that are hard on the ears, but they do work. And apparently the Nokia Arabic ringtone plays out in the midsection of this tune and in the original Poopo's midsection. That completely went over my head. Yeah, the flow of the sound design, sporadic is an understatement. This shit is everywhere. This tune is playful, bubbly, and bouncy. Sub helps out with that as well, the way it pitches down ever so slightly. Creative flows on display. The final drop sort of combines the separate deliveries of the first, synths almost being thrown at you with no rhyme or reason, yet there's still a pattern behind it all. Intro also fits perfectly with the drop without sounding too similar to it. It's its own separate thing, which I really like. It came down to this and Lost Boy, off of the Lost Boy EP by him. In the end, I had to go for this because the main sounds are a little more creative, wailing and painful sounding. Nice rapid little delivery in the B sections as well. Drops are the same with the exception of this tight kick pattern, but I was happy as fuck to get another dose of the madness. One more time, just one more time. This may top Abhorred and Slaughter for me personally. For the tonality of the tear out alone, it's what makes this tune, in my opinion. Also love the rock-inspired intro to this with the vocal and overall melodic progression. There's a tonal motif to the drops, but the sound design continuously switches up and is so catchy with some rearing sounds in between, like whistling sounds. Second drop is more traditional tear out, right? Straightforward. No slight melodicity to be heard until about halfway through, and even by then the sound design isn't as rapid and is used sparsely, which actually works pretty well. Insane tune. My fucking hand! Very tight, metallic, and defined basses constantly switching up the flow on this tune. Sounds in the back only coming in when necessary. Also a really beautiful RP midsection that's basically a more fleshed out version of the intro. Said melodicity creeps in before the drops fully end as well, which is so beautiful. Also that snarling bass line is so muddy up top, at the same level as the front synths are mix-wise. Love it, love it, love it. Alright, so I've slowly been getting into Mustache since he dropped Hellburst. I used to not like his music at all, but it's starting to become clear to me how influential his stuff is. This is him, I guess, experimenting with the beepy bloopy future rhythm format. And I have to admit, at points the execution of the sounds gets a little tedious, just a little. But the overall melodic progression 100% makes up for that. Like the vocoded, computerized sustains, staple must die. And that's what instantly makes you realize that is him, I feel like. And the drops are the same. I guess I'd like some variation, but the idea is so strong and potent. Strong enough to be copy and pasted, so this is a really pretty tune. It really surprised me. That's so pretty! This is my favorite, absolute favorite Jiqui tune yet. Let me start with those booming, heavy-ass 808s. Fire. And all the mysterious shit on top. What type of sorcery is this? Love the knocking synths in the first drop's B section, and the subtle, unnerving melodicity in the second drop. And the progressive layering of the sounds is so great. That's nasty! Alright, so now let's get into the honorable mentions before I end out the video. Penultimatum by Starsplitter, Second Impact, and hxnsty. Shadow People by Eptic, obviously. River Spirit by Skybreak. Let Me Go by Chime, Franky Nuts, and Oliverse. Behind Masks by Violence and code Pandorum. Trampa with Your Love. And finally, Primal Rights with E. My favorite remix of the month probably has to go to Jub's flip of Strikes, You Sure Do. And yeah, a couple non-dubstep recommends for y'all. Skeng by Akeos, hukae, and claybrook. Stuca, Where We Are. Chee, Turn Up. Low Texas, Louder. And finally, Knoir, Eliderp, Joe B, Zenith, and Mr. Bill with Alvin. So yeah, that concludes this video. Thank you all for watching. This has been your boy Joe. Drop your opinions in the comment section below. Did I forget any tunes? Do y'all feel like any tunes deserve to be on the top 10 list? If so, like I said, make sure to comment and give your thoughts. So thank you all for watching, and peace out.